Kasi yan ang personal ng ha, sa kanila. Dapat sila naman
Okay, so good morning. So I will be having a recorded lecture on shop management service records and parts, chapter 4. So the objectives on my discussion is all about number one, understand the relationship between shop, personnel, and the customer. So I think one of the most important factors para maging successful ang isang business enterprise is the relationship between the shop owners, employees, and the management towards the customer. So establishing a good relationship with the customer means nakakapag-establish din kayo ng loyalty with the customers. Number two, know how to treat customers so that they will have confidence in your repair business. I think that is customer relation. Ano? Number three, interview a customer to find the true cause of an automotive problem. Number four, objective, we must able to produce a professional repair order. So in providing a professional repair orders, syempre, we will undergo a survey and interview with the customer. Ano? And then also we have to understand how parts are priced by various segments of the industry. Okay. So introduction. So this chapter covers business practices. Una yung tinatawag nating customer relations. Sunod yung filling out repair orders. So meron tayong procedures in filling out repair orders. Interviewing customers regarding problems with their cars. I think it is one of the most important functions that we must able to understand and we must able to identify the probable cause of the problems ng isang customer. And then, so paano siya magagawa? So syempre, we must interview the customer. And also, how business buy parts and discounts involved. So kung ikaw ay customer, I think it is one of the most important assets and one of the most important part on how you can able to get discounts. So siguro lahat naman tayo as a customer, gusto lagi natin discounts. Okay? So let's go to the first one, which is the customer relations. So in the first slide, sabi dyan, shops are in business to make a profit. So wala naman sigurong business na ang goal ay hindi kumita. Okay, so yun yung pinaka-goal natin, kumita. And how we can able to assure that we will gain a profit. So the first one is we must establish a good relations with our customer. So sabi nga, if we will establish a good relations with our customer, we will establish a harmonious relationship with them. And when we establish harmonious relationship with our customers, syempre babalik-balik sila. So minsan, on how we deal with the customers, yun yung nagiging basihan kung paano magiging successful yung ating business. Kaya nga, most of the business establishments, mas pinaprioritize nila yung mga empleyado na mayroong good relations with the customer kasi in that way, talagang babalik at babalik yung customer kapag ka ganong klase yung mga empleyado nila. Kaya nga merong minsan, merong isang empleyado na knowledgeable, yung isa maboka, yung isa skilled. So minsan mas pinaniniwalaan pa ng mga customer yung maboka. So that is customer relation part, which is communication. And then part of customer relation, yung tinatawag nating service advisor or service writers. So kasi sila yung unang lumalapit sa mga customer. And when we go with the customer, so syempre we always first greet customers and write up repair orders. So we don't just get the repair orders of the customers. So syempre we establish relationship first. So by greeting with the customer. Kaya ngayong iba kapag minitian, ginreet na, so nag-iiba na yung mood. Pero pagka yung tawag doon yung ating approach sa customer is hindi maganda, nagkakaroon tayo minsan ng impression din na hindi maganda with regards to the customer. And then sometimes, kahit gaano kahirap yung problema, basta maayos natin kinakausap yung customer, nagiging okay naman siya. Ano? So, number 2, sunod, return visits to have the original problem corrected is a major cause of dissatisfaction. So, pagka yung pabalik-balik, ano, so often tracked back to faulty diagnosis by an undertrained service writer. So minsan, kapag ka dumating si customer, sinasabi niya yung problema. And then yung service advisor or yung service writers, nilalagay yung cause and symptoms. From the possible cause and symptoms, yung mga service advisors, sila yung nagbibigay ng possible repair na gagawin. So minsan, kapag ka ang service advisor is not well trained and not well experienced, nakakapagbigay sila ng faulty findings or faulty diagnosis. Yung mga faulty diagnosis na yun, minsan ay kailangan din syempre i-repair again. So, hindi siya magandang indication for the customers na sa una mong punta, hindi siya nagawa. So, based on my experience, I've experienced yan na yung sasakyan ay halimbawa ay hindi nagawa. Nakatatlo akong balik. So, ang indications mo dun sa service center na yun is hindi maganda. Kasi sa una pa lang paggawa, dapat naayos na. Pero kung nakadalawa, nakatatlong pabalikan na, ang impression sa customer is hindi maganda yung customer service provider or yung service provisions ng isang area ngayon. So, hindi siya magandang indications. So, service writing in a small shop is done by the owner. Okay? So, yun. The next, another part of customer relations, yung tinatawag nating telephone service. Initially, it is one way of communicating the customer to the company. So ito yung siguro yung pinakauna nating gagawin. Pag may problema yung ating sasakyan, we call the company. So sometimes telephones are generally answered by owner or manager. And then pinaka-common yung technicians in small shops. So telephone should be answered promptly. Okay, so syempre kung ikaw ay ang owner, kailangan mag-greet ka, good morning, good afternoon, ano pong may paglilingkod ko sa inyo, ano pong naging problema. So, aalamin natin kung ano yung situation at ano yung problema at bakit tumawag. So, syempre, most of the time naman, hindi tatawag ang customer kung walang problema. So, they are commonly called because may kailangan sila at may concern sila with regards their unit. So, commonly naman ang sasakyan kapag siya ay tinatawag sa company, it is under warranty. Kapag ang sasakyan ay under warranty, kagaya ng sa makina o sa body, so itinatawag siya. Pero kung hindi naman siya under warranty, most of the time ay personal naghahanap ng repair shop ang customer. Often, there is a phone extension in repair area. Telephone is often a customer's first impression. No second chance to make a first impression. Sabi nga, tumawag ka sa company, tapos yun yung kanyang suggestions, yun yung impression. So sabi nga, first impression last. Kaya once na we have a customer, so kailangan we establish a good relationship agad. Kasi meron nga tayong kasabihan na first impression last. Kaya if we establish a good relationship in the first meeting, in the first call, so may establish natin yung a good relationship with the customer. So customer relation. Next, yung tinatawag nating service record. So, upon conveying, upon interviewing with the customers, our next task is to record. Okay? To record yung kanyang complaint and syempre, meron din tinatawag na service records. Ang purpose ng service records, para din lang yung sa pasyente ng tayo, pasyente sa tao. So pagka dinala sa kasa, dinala sa company, so nilalagay natin yung records. Kailan siya change oil, kailan siya na-service, para pag siya ay nagka-problema, alam natin kung kompleto ba yung kanyang maintenance or merong na-skip kaya nagka-problema. So service records, it is a written for every car that enters. It uses a multiple copy, number, service record, repair order, or work order. So ating isa-isahin yan later on kung ano yung multiple copy, yung service record, repair order, and work order. So there is a difference between those documents. So pag sinabi nating repair order, it is important for several reasons. Okay? Una, to identify the customer and the vehicle. So, nire-record. Number 2, to give reason for the visit para malaman kung bakit may bisita. For example, in the previous month, change, or in the next month, nagka-problema yung pang-ilalim. So, in the next month, nagka-problema yung aircon. Para kita yung truck kung ano ba yung mga nagiging problema ng sakit. Also, tells the shop's hourly labor rate. Okay, dyan din nilalagay yung labor rate at saka yung mga ginawa. Ano? So aside from the problems, aside from the remedies, aside from the procedures na inano, so nakalagay din dyan yung labor rate. Also, syempre, it provides an estimate kung magkano babayaran. Provides a pick-up time for the customer, kung anong oras dumating, ano yung oras expected na pwede siyang kuhanin. Okay, this is the example of a repair order. As you can see, nakalagay dyan yung terms, kung siya ba ay cash, credit card, or prior approval. Nakalagay din dyan yung VIN, yung Vehicle Identification Number. And then yung ating year model, kung anong year model yung sakyan, yung customer name or address, okay, the model, the color, the license number, the mileage, okay, nilalagay din dyan sa repair order, yung mileage. Kasi in a mileage, dito nag-determine yung possible na maging problema ng sakyan. Okay, reference RO date, and then call when ready, residence phone, customer phone, preliminary estimate kung magkano customer signature, advisor number, and then save, remove, and then time received, date time, revised estimate, reason, additional cost, if merong additional costing, customer pay, siya ba ay warranty or not, and then authorized person date, and then we use new parts unless otherwise specified. And then third down estimate if the customer not to authorize the service, record the vehicle was been remedied within how many days. And then also additional cost. And then dito sa baba, nakalagay din naman dito yung tinatawag nating labor instructions. Ano yung concern, ano yung cost, ano yung possible corrections. Customer states that ano yung problema. So nasa customer minsan ang i-repair. So pagka nagkamali ng diagnosis or impression ang customer, kailangang i-verify ng technician at saka ng service advisor kasi sila yung gagawa. Also, check and advise. Okay, from the customer's complaint, kailangan yung service advisor sabihin sa customer kung ano yung possible na sira. Okay, so syempre yung advisor, pwede rin namang magkamali with inspection ng technician. Ano? And also, correction or repair perform. I-states kung ano yung ginawa. So, we do not assume responsibility for loss or damage of articulated left in your vehicle. Please remove all personal properties. Yun nga, customer rental, courtesy vehicle, shutter. So, ito yung example ng repair order. Okay po. So, yun yung mga makikita. Next, service records, continuation. It use a structured format when questioning. So, una, you must ask for description of your problem. Does it happen in the front, back, or under the hood? Saan ba siya nangyayari? Saan ba lumabas yung problema? Okay, yun naman lagi ang ating scientific approach. We must first identify the problem in order for us to give the specific repair. So pag nalaman natin yung problema kasi doon tayo magbibigay ng possible solutions, and then doon din tayo magbibigay ng possible estimates kung magkano babayaran ng customer. Second, identify symptoms. So may complaint si customer, okay? Sasabihin niya kung anong problema ng sakyan niya. Halimbawa, nag-overheat. Halimbawa, yung may black smoke. Ano? Sunod, we will identify the possible symptoms based on the complaints given by the customer. Okay, so how we can identify the symptoms? So, syempre, basically, we don't use muna yung mga instruments. We use our senses. What are those senses? Una, hear. Okay? Papakinggan natin kung ano yung tunog. Papakinggan natin kung may unusual noises. Okay, what are the examples of unusual noises? Rattling sounds, unusual sounds, or bubbling, etc. So in short, kung merong hindi normal na tunog, tayong maririnig sa sasakyan, sa makina, sa pang-ilalim, or anything with regards to the complaints of the customer. Second, feel, papakiramdaman. Okay? So, hirap ba? Okay, nahihirapan ba? Sunod, if ever available, smell something. Kung may naamoy ba tayo, kakaibang amoy, if applicable. So, any of those can be a measurement. Siyempre, also yung seeing, titingnan natin. So, pwede nating tingnan, pwedeng pakinggan, pwedeng pakiramdaman, pwedeng ano. So, yung tinatawag nating sensory diagnosis. Okay? Okay, so sa sensory diagnosis, we use senses muna. Sunod, after that, we will use the technical skills to identify problem. So pag sinabing technical skills, dyan na yung pasok yung mga troubleshooting. Okay? So syempre, depende sa mekaniko, depende sa technician, kung ano yung i-repair. So for example, ang complaint ng customer ay yung aircon, hindi nalamig. Okay? So initially, meron na tayong diagnosis. Maaaring wala ng freon or what. So merong leak. So titingnan. So we will apply the technical skills. Pag sinabing technical skills, edi mag-a-apply na tayo ng procedures para ma-identify yung possible problems kung bakit siya problema. Okay po? So kaya merong service manual. Ano? Next, service records, we use computer records. Okay, why we use computer records? Sabi nga natin, computers records are used for keeping records, maintaining running inventory, ordering parts, and tracking productivity. So example, nung last month lang, kakapalit lang pala ng spark plug. Pero ang complaint ngayon, sira na naman yung spark plug. So titingnan natin kung bakit ganun yung naging problema. So computer records, the alternative for physical records, or ito yung parang pinaka-safe way para ma-track yung records ng isang customer. For example kasi, nagpagawa siya halimbawa sa Toyota Lipa. Tapos nagpunta siya ng Toyota Dagupan, Toyota Mindanao, etc. So kung meron tayong computer records, mas easily access natin yung records ni customers. So madali, itatawag lang. So meron ng records. Sunod, keep the car clean. Okay? So before getting into a customer's car, make sure your hands, shoes, and clothing are clean. Kasi so baka dinala ni customer malinis, paglabas sobrang dumi, puro grasa. Kaya nga maganda, pag tayo nagagawa, we practice yung tinatawag nating 5S. Okay, yung 5S is not only for our environment or working environment, but also dun sa ating ginagawa mismo. Sunod, considerations. Work shoes often have grease. So pag sasalta tayo sa sakyan, as much as possible, dapat malinis yung ating sapatos. Use paper carpet mats if possible. Okay. Use seat covers if available. Okay, lagyan natin ng seat cover yung ating gagawing sasakyan. Baka naman duming-dumi natin, sasalta tayo dun sa So, magre-reklamo naman ng customer, nagawa nga yung sasakyan, sobrang dumi naman, puro grasa yung upuan. And then, sunod, fender covers. Protect the cars. Finish. Okay po. Lagyan natin ng as much as possible ng protection yung ating ginagawa. Okay. Next, we have linen service. Most shops have weekly linen service, provide shop towels and uniforms, and some shops purchase uniforms, shirt, pants, clothes, and overalls. Yung iba nga, para magandang tingnan ang ginagawa, color white yung uniform ng kanilang mga empleyado. Although madumi ang automotive, so mas maganda na white para kitang-kita talaga kung masinop o malinis yung nagagawa. Shop clothing, it often resistant to battery acid. Okay, ito yung halimbawa. This shop towel was damaged by battery acid. Next, meron tayong dalawang uri ng shop. We have the wholesale and retail distribution of automotive parts. So 1 in 6 jobs in America is related to the automobile. So automotive aftermarket supplied through a service distribution system. We have the OEMs, yung tinatawag nating original equipment manufacturers. And then pangalawa yung WDs, warehouse distributors. And yung pangatlo, we have jobbers, yung auto parts wholesalers. Pag sinabi natin jobbers, ito yung sell to several different markets, kagaya ng repair shops, fleet companies, farmers, trade and industrial accounts, new cars dealerships, DIY, or the do-it-yourself customer. Okay, wait lang, ano ba? Okay, so yun. Okay, so yun yung jobbers, yung uri ng yung trabaho. Ano? And next, as you can see in the picture, it is the typical auto parts supply network. Okay. So from raw materials, okay, so we have the warehouse distributors, we have the independent part manufacturers and auto truck manufacturers. So under independent part manufacturers, meron tayong warehouse distributors, and then meron tayong independent jobbers, retail auto parts, and mass merchandiser. Under auto truck manufacturers, we have the zone regional warehouse, we have the franchise dealership, and then under dealer retail auto parts, we have the retail auto parts store. And then under independent jobbers, meron tayong industrial accounts, meron tayong fleet accounts, meron tayong professional installers. And then lahat naman siya for the final user or the customer. Okay, next, retail chain stores. So pag sinabi natin retail chain stores, those are usually deal in faster moving items. Yun yung mga nagbebenta ng alternators, starter, tools, and car accessories. Yun namang mga mass merchandisers, yun yung nagbebenta ng sa mga DIY market, kagaya ng oil, filters, windshield wipers, and spark plugs. So dealership parts department. So dealers have their own parts department. It has a separate counter for technicians. It have phone connections and intercom in service bay. It has also the operation which is determined by owner. So not uncommon for dealership to deliver parts to independent repair shops, which is a give and take arrangement. Next, we have the service stations and independent shops. Ito common, very common siya itong mga service stations sa mga gasoline stations. Ano? So ito yung mga service businesses. So very concerned with cost of high volume parts such as oil filters, tire, batteries, and accessories. Maraming mga ganitong service stations. Ano? Ito yung mga high volume shops have computerized inventory, parts automatically ordered over internet. At the same time, pagka ganito yung mga shops computerized, halimbawa sabihin mo yung parts na hinahanap mo, yung PS na kailangan mo, so nakikita nila sa computer kung meron or wala. So not unlike doon sa mga small shops na manual, edi mano-mano hinahanap nila kung may supply or wala. Next, parts pricing. With regards to parts pricing, meron silang tinatawag na standardized price. Lalo kapag ang company ay yung mga standardized, yung mga big companies, halimbawa Toyota, kahit siya Toyota Batangas, Toyota Lipa. So meron silang mga standard price sometimes. Pero yung standard price can vary from city depending doon sa VAT. Kasi minsan na-experience namin na pumunta ako sa Suzuki Lipa, ang price ay ganon. Pumunta ako sa Suzuki San Pablo, ang price ay iba. So medyo nagkakaiba-iba sila minsan sa labor rates kasi halimbawa ang labor rates sa Batangas ay iba sa Laguna. Doon ay possible reasons din kung bakit nagkakaiba-iba ang presyohan. So parts pricing, pero sa parts naman most of the time standardized siya. Nagtataka lang kami minsan kung bakit kagaya ng langis. Ang langis sa Santa Rosa iba daw kaysa langis sa Lipa. So maybe with regards to VAT. sa value added tax or doon sa city tax na tinatawag. I don't know kung bakit nagkaiba pa yung presyo nila, Pero most of the time it should be standardized, So parts pricing, it is determined by the price the jobber pays. It is the ability to find good prices is important. So syempre, ang customer doon siya lagi sa mas mura. Pero yung serbisyo, quality. Pag pinag-usapan ng sasakyan, ang palaging iniisip ng customer is paano siya makakatipid at the same time yung quality na dapat niyang makuha with regards to repair ay ma-attain niya. Kasi sometimes naman hindi pag-uusapan yung presyo, yung pag-uusapan kung nagawa ba. Pero as a customer, syempre mahalaga sa atin yung presyo. So jobbers are sometimes affiliated with cooperative groups. Kaya minsan, meron silang consensus, meron silang survey sa mura. Pero magaling yung technician. Sunod, pricing. Meron tayong tinatawag na list price. Yun yung retail price. And then meron tayong net price. Yun yung price wholesale customer pays. And then meron tayong cost leaders. The items sold at little or no markup. And then variably priced items in short supply that are markup. Next, yung tinatawag nating replacement parts. So pag sinabing replacement, ito yung palit. Pagpapalit. So meron tayong factory replacement parts which is categorized as original equipment or OE. So as much as possible, ito yung dapat ipinapalit. Stock. Pag sinabing stock, it is the part is the same as intended by all the manufacturer. Aftermarket, it is the parts sold by the non-OE market. And then many OE and after parts are manufactured by the same manufacturer. Okay po. So that ends our first slide.